Welcome back to this lovely show. Wedding season can be stressful for brides or grooms-to-be, and finding the right venue can really set the tone for your big day. So we brought in some experts, Brianna and Devonna from the Boston College event management team, to talk us through the best ways to start looking. So Devonna, I'm going to start with you. When couples are starting their search, what are some of the first things that you think they should be thinking about?
When couples are first looking, they should really consider what their guest count is, because that will play a major factor as to how many people they're inviting, if the venue can accommodate that all. And this is not to insult anyone, but you should make 3 different lists. The list of you must invite everyone in the sense of family members, important friends and family. But you do want to think about, am I going to talk to this person in 5 years from now? Is this coworker someone that I do really enjoy hanging out with, but will I have space to invite them to my wedding?
Right. Do I still want to work there in 5 years?
Exactly.
That's a very good point. And obviously, the two of you primarily focus on the venue itself, but a lot of the work that you do is working with brides and grooms on a day-to-day of like that actual planning process, which is why, Brianna, this next question is for you. What are some top 3 tips that you guys usually give when you're helping people plan through their day?
Sure. So the first tip we have is to not overextend yourself. You need to know what you yourself as the bride or the groom or your family helping to plan the wedding might be capable of doing. See if you want to get your vendors. It's really a team effort when working on weddings. It's a creative, collaborative process. When we've seen weddings that range from 1 or 2 vendors, and then we can help fill in the blocks, and then up to 13 vendors for a beautiful, magical evening. Another tip we have is to consider your overall vision. So think about what you want your final product to be, and work your way backwards from there. Whether that be a rustic feel at our venue, the Great Hall at Messina College, or a clean, crisp feel at 2101 Commonwealth, or if you really want a country estate a bit further from the city, we have the Connors Center in Dover as well.
And this is what makes BC in your events a little more rare, because when would you generally tell people to start planning an event, and how does BC kind of navigate that?
Yeah, so most couples probably start their planning process between 12 to 18 months to really hone in on the vendors that they want, whether that be hair, makeup, if they have a dream band that they want. At BC, our sweet spot is really 8 to 6 month planning process, which can be a bit stressful for some couples. But again, that's where we come in to help. That's our specialty. Right. And we've worked with vendors who are on that tighter timeline, who know our venue and know where we can help and where we can work with the vendors, and really, again, have that collaborative teamwork.
And Devonna, you kind of mentioned some of the venues that BC has specifically for weddings, but talk us through some of the differences and highlights points for each of them.
Sure. I would say for the Great Hall at Messina College, it's a beautiful, rustic, historic building. A lot of people love the gardens that are out there, the historical architecture, especially the dual staircase in the Great Hall. The 2101 Commonwealth is a beautiful space. It has beautiful works of art in that space, and the lawn out there can fit up to 180 people. And then for the Connors Center out in Dover, it has 90 acres of greenery. It's beautiful, and people can also stay on site, which is a great...
That's a good perk, instead of having to figure out hotel spaces for everyone. See, and we're going to look at the video right there. But before we go, between the two of you, again, you've seen so many weddings. What are some common mistakes that you generally see when you're helping people plan their process?
I think one of the biggest mistake is, back to my first point, of the bride and groom can think they can handle a lot more than they can on their wedding day. A planner can come in very handy when you're planning your process, but also on the big day. They can keep you through your timeline, but remember, if something goes sideways, we're going to keep moving and act like nothing happened, and everything will be magical. That's what we do when we make that magic happen.
And that's why it's important to have people that know what they're doing, because you guys have seen probably everything that could possibly exist at this point. So if this sounds intriguing to you, specifically going to BC to have your event, all you want to do is get to bc.edu and find their events management page, so you can find these two lovely ladies to help you out. Thank you both for your time.
Thanks. Thank you for having us.
And thank you all for joining us on this wedding-filled show on The Hub today. We'll be back tomorrow. We hope you have a good one.